Hello, viewers, and welcome to TradeFlock. Today we have with us Mr. Tapan Kumar Dash, the COO of HELA Systems. Tapan brings nearly 2 decades of experience in aerospace and defense industry. He holds expertise in manufacturing, operations, sales, marketing, key account management, supply chain, and total commercial operations in the aerospace and defense industry. Today, in our conversation, we will try to learn more about Tapan's work style, his experience, expertise, and maybe his journey as to where he is today and what were some of the challenges. So, welcome to the conversation, Tapan.
Thank you very much, Anamika.
Yes. So, Tapan, before we start into the very specific questions of your work, I would like to know a little bit about you, your experience, and how has been your journey so far?
Yeah, but thanks, Anamika, once again. So, my journey so far over a period of almost 24 years started with aerospace and defense. In fact, I still remember the first day of my life when I got the first opportunity with HPL as a test engineer.
Mhm.
However, I was a test engineer purely in the technical, not more than for 24 hours. Okay. The very first day, when I was in my lab and reading some of the magazines and articles about some mechanical fuses and electronic fuses for armaments, it happened to be that the director of the company visited, and it was the first day of my job. I was very excited. I intervened into a conversation between the HOD of the department and the director of the company, and the director realized that I have a spark of marketing or a kind of a customer orientation approach. So he interacted with me, and very first day he offered me a job of shifting from a test engineer to a sales and marketing. So it was a shock. It was a kind of a bit shocker for me. But yeah, when I did my self realization that 5 years from the day of my joining, I wanted to be into the sales and marketing, then I said, why not to start with the very first day? So to all of you, I was a pure technical person, an RF test engineer for not more than 24 hours, and within the first day of my job, I was been shifted to the sales and marketing. And since then, this journey continues. I've been to the sales and marketing, program management, and also leading the operations. So I worked with HPL Power Systems, with L&T, with Scient, with Elta, and now heading HELA as a chief operating officer.
Great. This sounds very inspiring as well because this is a very major shift for a fresher who just started out right out of the college with a perception on technology with no hands-on experience in sales and marketing. So, how did you take that shift, and what changes you had to bring into your work style and thought process to fit into that role?
See, the area from where I did my schooling and the education is from Ordnance Factory Chanda, Chandrapur, which is a small place in the Maharashtra. Okay, it's in the Vidarbha. Basically, in all the houses, you'll find either an engineer or doctor. Okay, so I also followed the same streamline, become an electrical engineer with and did my engineering with a very good marks, a decent marks I can say, with the distinction marks. But right from the starting, I was very focused towards knowing the customer behavior, consumer behavior, knowing how the product selling approach takes place. Get fascinated by some of the brands which work very closely and gets associated with the consumers. So I already right from the starting of my early childhood days, I had an approach towards learning the consumer mindset and bringing some kind of a roadmap how the consumers select the products. So right from the starting of my career, I had an approach of doing a sales and marketing. So I was knowing that this is somewhere down the line in my career I will be doing into sales and marketing, shifting my role from the technical to the sales and marketing, but never realized that it will happen on the very first day of my job. So, so this is what was again my passion is to interact with the people, to make friends and to know
Mhm.
more about human being by talking to them. And the very first day when this opportunity came to me, I realized if my personal passion of making a friendship, interacting with the people can convert into my professional life, I think I will excel well. So that is the thought which changed my mindset, that change, take a risk, change from the technical line to the consumer line to the take care of the sales and marketing. That was the one thought which triggered, and maybe that was an impulsive decision, but that paid off well.
That's great, but I think that would have been a shocker for your family. So how did they take this shift?
No, they were very supportive throughout. Okay, like my parents and all, they always wanted me to do whatever I wish want to do the best. And of course, without that support, it would not have been possible. And in fact, I will contribute towards this decision. The contribution of my sister, elder sister, is the most. Although she is an elder, she always used to tell me that you are a very good marketer. Right from the starting, I used to negotiate with her for the exchange of some of the goods which I always wanted. So she said, "You always manipulate me and take advantage of me. So you are going to be a very good marketer. You will be able to convince anybody very easily." So she is the one who has motivated me that I should be more to the sales and marketing or related to the consumers and other things. So she pushed me. She was the one who always used to tell me that you have taken a wrong stream of going into electrical engineer. Better you should be in the sales and marketing or do something of the management side. So throughout my journey, the support of my family was always been fantastic. Without them, I would not have achieved this.
Great. So, knowing a little bit more about your professional side here, Tapan, you have worked with Israeli partners also on the UAV localization side, and that brings a lot of cultural and what would I say, a kind of complete environment shift that you have to adapt to. So, what challenges did you face there, and how did you navigate those complexities and operational excellence and complexities out there? And if you could highlight one or two of the lessons that you have learned during that time.
Absolutely. So it was always an honor to work with Israelis, let me tell you. See,
Mhm.
navigating the cultural and the operational complexities with Israelis it's required a blend of technical acumen, and from the electrical engineering side, I always had the technical acumen being an engineer. Although whether I did pursue my technical career or not, that's something different, but you always had the knack of understanding the technicality and the cultural sensitivity, which is the most important thing to understand the cross country relationship or the cross border relationship with the clear communication. See, I will say that technical acumen, cultural complexities, and understanding the sensitivity of that, plus the clear communication is the key. And using these three things, I focused on building a trust through transparency, aligning my experience or expectations very clearly at the early stage, and maintaining a solution oriented mindset. See, mindset is the one which plays a key role. Everybody will have a tool set and the skill set, but the mindset is the one. So the lessons learned out of this is, first is respect for the diverse work culture, which enhances the collaboration. Two countries with different cultural prospects need to collaborate. That collaboration is only possible when you will have a mutual respect for the diverse work cultures. That is the first. Then the clear documentation and the compliances. See, in India, it's more towards the procedure oriented and the hierarchical way. Whereas in Israelis, it is more towards the directness, the speed, innovations, technologies, and yeah, it's a kind of a very faster pace things, and they do the precise kind of work. In India, the precision works, but it get killed with respect to the hierarchical approach, where somebody wants to do it, but again, its thoughts are not been open. So it requires a clear documentation, compliance, and understanding, and setting up the expectations very clearly. And more to that, flexibility in execution. This is what I said. The hierarchical Indian approach, this orthodox hierarchical Indian approach, kills the flexibility in execution. Wherever, this is the great important thing which I learned from the Israelis. They have the flexibility in execution while maintaining a strategic focus towards a particular target to achieve the key to achieve. That is the key mantra for the success.
Great. So you must be implementing those mantras here in the Indian environment right now, or maybe trying to do that. So is there any challenge that you particularly see in this space in India? And uh, looking at those mantras that you have brought into, are there any other strategies or your secret sauce that you use to navigate those complexities and bring those innovative, juices flowing within you and your team?
See, again, to my team, I have told very clearly that that the team cannot work as an individual. Okay, it has to be a team player, and with uncompromising precision activities, team had to do. So for any business things, I will say the three things are again always important. One is the mindset, second is the skill set, and the tool set. Mindset is the management which the top management is going to bring that culture of
Mhm.
adaptability, to bring that culture of flexibility, and bring that culture of precisionness which company need to adopt. The tool set company will again provide with respect to various infrastructure equipments, blah blah blah. But the work, the skill set, the team has to develop. It is the
Mhm.
skill set which team has to develop individually. It is not that the team is not a school going student where that can be taught. It skill set has to get improvised within, because you hire the employees, the team members with particular expectations of some skill set, but the skill set enhancement with respect to learning from the Israelis has to come from within. And this freedom I have given to the team, and I have told them very clearly that patience is the vital. You need to listen, learn politely, patiently from the Israelis. Again, without any ego clash and all. Learning is the key, where you need to take it from others, and it has to be a continual process. So I will say the methodological approach, resilience, and forward-looking approach is the mantra which I have given my team. Of course, with a free hand. That is a free environment which has been given to them. And again, the hierarchical approach, conventional approach is not in my organization. They can come talk to anybody, top management or the down to the line, anybody can talk to across the cross functional team. It's a free hand given, but again, is a methodological clinical approach with a resilience, with a forward looking mindset is the key.
Great. So, when you say that you have given them a free environment to experiment and learn, how about accountability? How better do you as a leader take that and uh, I would say disperse among your team members?
See, any company who has been running, it is very clear that every member need to contribute. It is very clear for each and every individual. The KRA and the KPIs are well set, and the people knows their work, what they need to do. The clear definition, clear communication, every to an every employee is must. So I do conduct every month, first working day of the of a month. We call it as a happy hours. Okay, it's a
Mhm.
kind of a small get together where all the employees we hurdle in our training room or any conference, where a clear cut message has been given from the management on the vision of the company, where the company is leading, how what is the performance of the company, what are the struggles and the challenges the company is facing, what are the things which company want to take it forward, and a kind of an open environment where any employee, whether it's a security officer, towards the top management. Anybody can give their thoughts, can very openly tell what are the good things which is happening, and the people who want to criticize or say the bad things, they are also most welcome. So
Mhm.
this is what makes me a proud team member, where a team contributes in each and every aspects, whether it irrespective of their work environment, whether it's for any of the continual improvement of any of the processes or any things, they're most welcome. So a clear KPIs and KRAs have been set for the individual work. Apart from that, we called it a happy hours mind tree, where anybody can contribute and give their thoughts or any kind of feedback or any comment. They are most welcome.
Okay. Sounds very interesting, but uh, being the operations head, the COO, especially in a dynamic industry like aerospace and defense, where things changes very often, but the process takes time to establish itself. How do you fit in here, bring those excellence, learn those changes, and bring that magic spark?
Again, HELA is 100% subsidiary of IA Alta. Okay, all the people of us of HELA are trained by Israelis. Okay, we were having the OJT at the Israel, and then coming back here, the Israeli people come here, impart the on-job training and all. The operational excellence has been achieved by following. If I can say, the copy of the operational activities of Alta,
Hmm.
if not the same, better than that, we have been doing, and introducing some of the small key aspects which brings the excellence of the works. Okay, so it is like following the process flow right from the inward of any of the components or any of the order, towards the getting it to converted from the cash to the flow, or towards the FG products. All the processes, all the route maps, all the job cards and other things are exactly the same as what people can expect, and kind of a precision accuracy from the Israeli company. It is an extended arm of Israeli company in India, with the same kind of precision and accuracy, with the operational excellence what we achieve. Okay, so we do have the you say the operational benchmarking criterias which we have set up for our company, and according to that, it has been measured on the weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annually basis.
Great. Uh, I understand that the entire team is being provided training from the Israeli office, and there are certain things you adopt here also. However, there must be certain challenge that needed your, put in at the moment. So, was there anything such that you would like to share with us?
Yeah, but it's as I started my conversation, that's that I focus mainly on the mindset. That was a critical challenge. The changing that mindset of working in India as an Indian employee, by adopting the Israeli working culture. That was the biggest things. So there, where I have to come into picture, because I've been working with Israelis for more than 22 years right now. I
Mhm.
understand the working culture. So bringing that working culture of an Israel working culture in India into an Indian environment with the Indian people, that was the biggest challenge. And we have adopted that in a very phased manner, where various kinds of the workshop have been conducted, various kinds of personal counseling has been done, various kinds of training which has been provided to upskill that skill sets of the people. So we have taken that. So challenge of adaptability of the Israeli working culture, I'm saying only working culture, with the Indian environment, with the Indian people, was the biggest challenge, where I had to invest much of my time.
Mhm. Okay, so you have spent around 22 years with a single company. What has been the most inspiring part that has led you to stay with this organization? And how do you look forward to your roles and responsibilities here in the next 5 years?
Uh, HELA, Elta has taken over 100% subsidiary of HELA, and it is an extended arm of IA Elta in India. So, Indian defense service is dependent on Israeli defense a lot. So, HELA is the front value for an Israeli company in India, where a Indian defense can rely on the Indian company to give them 24 hours services towards the MRO activities, to bring down the turnaround time, to reduce the downtime of the system, where an Indian company is there, which is a call away. So my my responsibility is to ensure that the Indian subsidiary of ELTA in India brings the 24/7 services to the Indian Defense Services at the shortest possible turnaround time. And
Mhm.
HELA will be growing to a big extent to an MRO where Indian Defense Services will be approaching only HELA rather than depending on the Israeli OEMs to undertake the services of the maintenance repair of all the radar systems, all the aerospace and defense systems in India supplied by ELTA in India.
Mhm. How about your roles and responsibilities? How do you see that growing here individually?
My role is again to ensure there are various systems, whether you take up for the underwater systems or the naval systems or the air force airborne or the ground systems. My role is to ensure that the HELA has the repair lines for all those systems in India, to ensure that HELA knows how to repair, how to maintain those systems. And my role is also to ensure that the turnaround time for those repairs are to the minimum level by ensuring the availability of all the spares and the components which is required for that, by ensuring all the know-how or the knowledge is transferred from the II ELTA to Indian company in HELA here, and also to ensure that the repair services are of the best of the quality as per the international standards.
Great. So, operational excellence, Tapan, that has been kind of a big word. I won't say buzzword, but it's a very heavy word in the industry where there are so many things to look upon. Obviously, cultural is one part, innovation is other, hiring is another, where you need to bring those talented brains together to work in alignment. In today's uh, time, I would say basically in the aerospace and defense, is there any kind of a brain gap, the skill gap that you see when hiring people or interacting with your team that you would like to address your own way, and how would you do that?
In India, we don't have any dearth of the knowledge and the technical people. The biggest challenge what in aerospace and defense industry in India is facing is the supply chain.
Mhm.
Okay, strengthening the supply chain through strategic vendor development is the key. The right availability of the right component at the right time is the biggest challenge in aerospace and defense, because that will bring down all your supplies and the operational excellence. See, that is the first. Second thing is any operational excellence. When you say that it's a buzzword, it is like on time delivery and the quality of the product matters. So you need to ensure that the delivery of the product is done well on time with the quality 100% score. Try to achieve. Nobody is 100%. It tends to be 100. We need to approach, and to achieve these two of delivery and the quality score. As I say, the biggest challenge what India is facing is a supply chain, which we need to do strategically with proper vendor development.
Mhm.
Okay. Apart from that, there are a dependency on the foreign suppliers. Other things need to be reduced. We need to drive the indigenization for some critical components. Okay, because which brings down, which will certainly brings down the long lead time for all the components that we used to import from the other countries. If we can develop that internally within India, that will be the biggest thing for us. Again, for doing this, we need to foster the international collaboration. That is also important, because we need to know the know-how, we need to know the technology which is required, and this is required for with the proper OEM interaction or the proper foreign collaboration with the international players for the technology transfer. Again, by virtue of doing this, we need to ensure that we are embedding the compliance and the quality into every process, and
Very
with
true.
strengthening the supply chain, driving the indigenization of the critical components, fostering international collaboration, and by embedding compliances and the quality, operational excellence can be achieved.
Super. So continuing to what you said right now was international collaboration and looking at the geopolitical situation right now and with America imposing all tariffs, uh, how do you see that impacting your industry in India, especially within India, the aerospace and defense and the collaboration between global players and especially Israel?
Be very frank, if I have to be a bit of selfish, the current Make in India thing is been working very good for HELA. Okay, so where people are having a lot of buzz around the new DAP 2025, which is likely to come in September or October, where various defense MODs events and all, they put up a like a kind of a highlight on the Make in India products. So what I understand is the days are coming where the Indian government will definitely been telling all the OEMs that for all the supplies you need to have a MRO unit in India. Okay, where all the maintenance, installation, commissioning, the repair activities under the warranty or the post warranty under the AMCs, all should be done by the Indian company, and that too Indian rupees. That will boost the Indian economy. That will boost the Indian companies here, and a lot of work will come. We will be able to move towards the self reliance of the Indian companies. And again, by combining the policy alignment of that is Make in India and on ground execution towards the excellence is the key. And this is what is going to help all the Indian companies which are into MRO. And if you see the growth rate of the MRO which has been projected, it is quite promising. And I'm
Mhm.
happy that I'm in this field right now.
So we are approaching towards the end of the interview, Tapan, but before we do that, I would like to know what keeps you so much motivated, inspired, and on your feet? Anything that helps you, any mantra that you would like to share with our audience?
See, I always wanted to join Indian Defense Services. Okay, somehow because of some reasons I could not join, but I've been connected in my professional through all the defense services right from the starting when I was been handling the hand grenades, line mine till the right now the MRO services of the radars and all. Somehow I'm still connected to Indian Defense Services. So that is a kind of a more motivation for myself that I am doing something for the nation. So somewhere it's connected. I call myself an Indian civilian soldier. Indian civilian soldier. I'm not in uniform, but I'm an Indian civilian soldier. Again, you are running a business. It's a imperative that you will be looking for the operational profit and other thing for your organization. But somewhere deep in my heart, I still get a self satisfaction that by contributing in MRO activities for the Indian Defense Services, what HELA has been doing, somehow I am contributing a little bit what I can do for my Indian Defense Services for my mother nation. So that is the motivation for me.
Great. Any word of wisdom for the freshers who wants to join this sector or are confused as to why they should join this sector?
Indian aerospace and defense segment is going to boom with not only in India. This aerospace and defense sector across the globe is going to boom. The Indian youths who are coming out fresh out of their engineering or things, they need to have the clarity of the thoughts. They need to know what they need to do. Okay, now I see a lot of freshers who are confused whether they should take into aerospace and defense. They go to a technical and they keep hopping. So they need to draw the roadmap for themselves with the clarity of the thought and strive towards that. And that is what will make them success in a long term. The people should select the right path by doing a little bit of background study of the field where they want to enter. But again, it all depends where their interest lie. Do not take up the activity where their interest is not there. I've seen many of the people going into the computer science and doing it just to get an easy entry into the job, earning a good handsome salary. But over a period of time, they face the stagnation. They feel get out of the job, board job, because their interest doesn't lie. Do the work where your interest lies, where your hobby is, and if your passion can become your profession, you will excel in life.
Very true. Very true. Last question here, Tapan, that comes looking at the word of wisdom that you have already shared here. Uh, if you could describe yourself in one sentence, how would you do that?
I've already defined myself Indian civilian soldier.
Okay. So that's all from my end, Tapan. And that was really nice talking to you and understanding your work and knowing Tapan basically as a professional and as an individual. I think that's a story which is going to inspire a lot of people, where towards the end you have mentioned a lot about following your instinct, especially for the people and the students who wants to join this industry and are really very confused. I think that's going to be really helpful for them, the kind of vision that you have brought forward. Thank you so much for your time, Tapan.
Thank you, Anamika. Thanks. I appreciate your time. Have a good day.
Thank you, Tapan. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.